goal of this proposal is to provide the Department of Energy with Chicago State University's vision and proposed pathway to creating joint venture businesses capable of successfully competing for DOE subcontracts for small and disadvantaged businesses. Nourishing the development of such business entities could play a significant role in creating many new, high-tech, stable, long-term employment opportunities for residents on the south side of Chicago, and serve as an economic engine for the employment of a newly skilled labor force educated by Chicago State University. This proposal began as a result of a site visit by officials from the Department of Energy and representatives of Congressman Bobby Rush's office to the campus of Chicago State University. Subsequent to a site visit and tour of the campus, it was determined that Chicago State University has the potential to contribute to the Department of Energy's mission of addressing the nation's energy and environmental needs. It was therefore determined that Chicago State should put together a proposal of how it might participate with the Department of Energy in addressing those needs. As a first step in that process, faculty at the university were solicited for DOE appropriate research ideas. As a result of that solicitation, more than 13 proposals from 23 faculty were submitted for consideration for inclusion in this proposal. One-paragraph summaries of these proposals were assembled and submitted to Department of Energy staff for their preliminary review. Based on that review, they recommended that we focus on just 3 or 4 areas of interest to the Department of Energy. These specific priority areas were biofuels, solar cells, fuel cells, and cybersecurity. Furthermore, Department of Energy staff requested that we frame these research proposals in the context of a business plan for the ultimate commercialization of any intellectual property to be developed from this research. We felt it would be impractical to attempt to create a business plan for each research proposal that we were going to submit. Consequently, we decided to group the proposals into 2 areas: alternative energy, which would include 4 proposals in 3 priority areas, and cybersecurity, which would include 2 proposals in 1 priority area. Fortunately, Chicago State University has already established partnerships with 2 small businesses appropriate for helping to develop the proposed Department of Energy projects. These 2 small businesses are American Science and Technology and Loment. As it turns out, American Science and Technology has already proposed the formation of a not-for-profit entity with Chicago State to be called the Center for Alternative Energy Technology. And as a result, a business development plan has already been created, which can serve as a vehicle for the 4 alternative energy proposals for DOE. The CAET Business Development Plan was submitted to Department of Energy staff for their review to see if it fit what they were looking for in our proposal. As a result of that review, they said that the plan was what they wanted and that it could be used as a vehicle for government funding and product commercialization. Based on the Department of Energy's feedback, an entity similar to CAET was proposed between CSU and Loment to be called the Institute for Innovation and Computer Science. A business development plan was then created for IICS, which paralleled in structure the approved plan for CAET. Lastly, the Department of Energy requested that for each project that we submit a 1-page summary of the project along with a listing of possible DOE agencies and programs which might have an interest in supporting the project. They also asked that we identify other potential business entities besides our small business partners who might be interested in partnering with us to commercialize our products. As a result of this process, we have developed the following proposal. The goal of this proposal, therefore, is to provide the Department of Energy with Chicago State University's vision and proposed pathway to creating joint business ventures with external partners that are capable of successfully competing for DOE subcontracts for small and disadvantaged businesses. And we intend to do this by building on 2 partnerships we already have in place for conducting research. As noted before, the CSU Chemistry and Physics faculty have already formed a research collaboration with a small business company called American Science and Technology. As a result of this collaboration, we have been able to secure a $16 million contract with the Department of Defense to build fuel cells and a $2 million cooperative agreement with the Army Research Lab to build solar cells. As a result of this successful collaboration, Chicago State and AST plan to create a not-for-profit entity called the Center for Alternative Energy Technology, CAET. The purpose of CAET is to serve as a catalyst for private commercialization and as a vehicle to secure government funding. It seeks to coordinate research activities by university industry partners into products and services for sale to the public and private sector. Currently, the Center for Alternative Energy Technology is housed in the university's wholly owned incubator facility on the eastern boundary of CSU's campus. CAET, along with the University Hydroponics facility, currently occupy only about 25% of the facility, leaving significant room for expansion. The 3 research areas in which CAET believes it can make a contribution to DOE's mission are biofuels, solar cells, and fuel cells. The second business entity we are proposing is called the Institute for Innovative Computer Science. As mentioned earlier, it is the outgrowth of a partnership between the CSU Department of Mathematics, Computer Science, and Economics and a small business called Loment. It has expertise in DOE's areas of interest in mobile network security, cybersecurity, and information security. The written proposal, which we are submitting to the Department of Energy, contains the detailed business development plans for both the Center for Alternative Energy Technology and the Institute for Innovative Computer Science. Furthermore, the Chicago State University College of Business has agreed to help contribute to the establishment of these businesses through the resources of their Small Business Development Center and their Entrepreneurship Center. The written proposal also contains 1-page summaries of the 6 research projects that fall within the 4 areas of interest to DOE. It contains suggestions for a number of DOE grant and partnership programs which could be appropriate funding vehicles for these areas of research. Finally, the written proposal identifies a number of large corporations that may be DOE prime contractors and who may be interested in the services of CAET and IICS, and who might also have an interest in serving as mentors in a partnership arrangement with Chicago State. With DOE's assistance, we believe that these new businesses could be among the first to align with one of Chicago State's core mission statements, which is to encourage the spirit of entrepreneurship and to help move intellectual property from the classroom to the community and to become an engine of economic development.